BTS News Today. Los Angeles, a quiet morning turned into a frenzy as shocking news began to spread quickly. Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS who is serving his military service, was caught on camera at Incheon International Airport on a flight to the United States. Fans from all over the world, especially ARMY, immediately smelled something unusual. In a casual black outfit, complete with a hat and mask that covered most of his face, Jungkook looked like he wanted to sneak out unnoticed. But the camera and the keen eye of the fans cannot be fooled just like that. The question is simple but resonates in the hearts of all fans. Why did Jungkook come to America? Isn't he still serving in the military? Was he given special leave? Is it related to his secret project? Or is there something deeper and surprising behind his disappearance? A source close to HYB's agency explained that Jungkook did get an official military leave permit. However, he declined to elaborate on his ultimate destination in the United States. The short statement actually made speculation even wilder. Some fans speculate that his departure may be related to his soon-to-be-released global solo project. However, others have more emotional theories. Jungkook may be looking for peace, or even meeting someone who means a lot to him. The first days in America were not like ordinary celebrity holidays. Paparazzi in Los Angeles captured Jungkook entering a large recording studio in Hollywood. It immediately became the subject of global conversation. The ARMY began to recall Jungkook's words before he was drafted. He once said that he still has many songs and ideas that have not been channeled. Is this the moment of the return of the Golden, with greater surprise than before? Shortly after the news of his presence in the studio spread, American media such as Billboard, Rolling Stone, and Variety began to speculate about a new collaboration. There are rumors that Jungkook met some of the biggest names in the American music industry, including famous producers and even top singers. One source suggested that he may be preparing a collaboration song with a female singer who once expressed admiration for BTS. Names like Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, or Olivia Rodrigo appear on the speculation list. However, the surprises did not stop there. Hours after news of the recording studio spread, Jungkook was spotted at a small burial site in suburban Los Angeles. He came very quietly, accompanied only by 2 staff. There were no media cameras, only a local fan who accidentally saw and recognized him from a distance. It was not immediately clear who he was visiting, but this incident immediately sparked emotional rumors that Jungkook may be resolving personal issues that he has been keeping. The next day, Jungkook is seen sitting in a small cafe in Venice Beach, alone. He ordered a cup of black coffee and sat for hours in the corner of the room writing in a notebook. A cafe waiter said that he looked calm, but his eyes looked teary when staring at the sea in the distance. It didn't take long for netizens to start talking about Jungkook's sensitive side, which is rarely seen in public. They began to realize that this departure was not just about the music, but also the process of personal healing and recovery. Another shocking news came from an independent photographer who claimed to have seen Jungkook attending a closed-door meeting with the Netflix production team. A cryptic photo shows Jungkook exiting the Netflix studio building, leading fans to think that there may be a secret documentary in production. If this is true, it will be Jungkook's first visual solo project to dive into his emotional, personal, and career, an emotional gift to the ARMY that has been waiting for him. Meanwhile, other BTS members who are serving in the military gave indirect gestures of support. Suga, who now works as a civilian social worker, uploaded a piano instrumental song with a caption full of meaning. Sometimes we have to go far to be able to rediscover ourselves. Many believe it was intended for Jungkook. RM wrote a quote from a famous Korean poet on his Weverse account, which also seemed like an encouragement to someone on an important journey. In a short live conducted by Jimin from Korea, he briefly mentioned Jungkook with a slight smile. He always finds his own way back, she said, without clarifying who he meant. But his facial expression clearly showed that he knew something that the public did not yet know. Armies from all over the world began to unite in hope and speculation. Hashtags like hashtag Jungkook in America, hashtag Golden Returns, and hashtag ComebackStrongerJK are trending topics on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Some fans made compilation videos about Jungkook's possible new album, while others expressed prayers and wishes for him to stay healthy and happy on this emotional journey. The most moving moment occurred when an American soldier found a small letter allegedly written by Jungkook and left in the cafe he visited. The letter, though unconfirmed, reads, "I am not here to flee, but to make peace. Thanks for waiting. I want you guys to know that I'm okay." Those words have strengthened many soldiers who have felt lost and longing for the presence of the Golden Magne. 5 days after his departure for America, HYBE finally released an official statement. They confirmed that Jungkook is on special military leave with the permission and supervision of military authorities, and confirmed that he is working on a special music project that will be released early next year. In the statement, HYBE added, "This trip is part of Jungkook's personal quest, and we ask that all parties respect that process." That sentence seems to confirm that it's not just about the song, it's not just about the music, but there is a deeper side. His departure for America was about finding peace, about collecting fragments of himself that might have been overlooked by the demands of being a global superstar. On his last day in the United States, Jungkook was spotted on the shores of Santa Monica just before dusk. He took off his hat, stared at the horizon, and let the sea breeze play with his long hair. The camera of a fan secretly filming from afar captured the moment in which he smiles while clutching something in his hands, a small pendant in the shape of the moon, which he once wore during one of the solo concerts of Golden. A few hours after that moment, he returned to the airport and prepared to return to Korea. He didn't say a word to the media, just a nod and a little smile. However, the look in his eyes was different. There is a new calm, there is a growing strength from within. And maybe that's exactly what he was looking for on this trip. Now, the world awaits Jungkook's return, not just as a talented singer, but as someone who has gone through the process of healing the soul. ARMY waited lovingly, knowing that when he returned, his voice would carry stories about the courage to be true to yourself, about the courage to recover, and about the unfading love of his fans around the world. A trip to America is not an ordinary vacation. For Jungkook, this is the call of the soul. And for the world, this is the beginning of something much bigger than can be imagined. A new chapter has begun, and we are all ready to welcome it. A few days after his return to Korea, the world's spotlight was still on Jungkook. The silence from Jungkook himself after the trip actually created an atmosphere full of anticipation. No new posts, no live broadcasts, no short messages on Weverse as usual. ARMY began to sense that after that emotional journey, Jungkook might be in a more serious stage of mental and creative maturation than he had ever been before. Then, on a quiet night, one small surprise sent the entire fandom into a frenzy. Jungkook's personal SoundCloud account suddenly updated the track listing with a mysterious English title, "The Letter I Never Sent." The 3-minute 42-second song immediately spread to various platforms in a matter of minutes. With no official announcement, no music video, and no promotion, the song seems to present the most personal outpouring of heart ever written by Jungkook. The lyrics of the song are very touching and feel like an open letter to someone, or maybe to a lot of people. Some of the verses read,